Welcome to my brand new series, Made in Britain. Now this is going to run in juxtaposition to my other series that you might have seen, The Death of the High Street, where I've been wandering the length and breadth of the country, witnessing and documenting the fall of retail, the fall of fixed retail, and how the high street is literally dying everywhere, or at worst in some areas, completely dead. There are so many reasons for the death of the high street, and the main one being online shopping, and with that the advent of an easy access to cheap imported goods that are often of terrible quality, but we are encouraged to fill our lives with these at the click of a button. So people at the moment keep asking me, what is the solution to the death of the high street? To be honest, I think that a lot of the damage is done and is irreversible. I think high street shopping as we know it, or as we knew it, should I say, is not coming back. It's not going to come back, and we've kind of got to accept that. But my new series, Made in Britain, feels like the natural evolution to my findings, from the pottery industry in Stoke to the coal mines in Wigan. I've seen the effects of these ending, and I've laid my eyes on the visible decay which now stands in so many areas of this country where we lost our industries. And I feel like the only bit of good that I can really do is to continue showing you what's going on, but at the same time to celebrate the makers, the industry, the craftspeople that still exist on our tiny little island, because they are out there. I just want to be inspired by the amazing things that we do still make here in Great Britain that are just getting drowned out by the likes of Amazon. And ultimately, I just want to feel proud to be British again. I want to show you the state of retail and say, look, that is bad there, but how great is this that we're making here, that's just fighting back against the giant corporate profit-driven overseas imports. So I'm so buzzing to share with you this first episode, and it was with a bespoke furniture maker from remote Wensleydale. And it was amazing because he's making stuff in Britain, but he kept showing me these tools and products that were all made in Britain, some of them 100 years old. So that was so nice to see the longevity of stuff that is made here and how it's still used today. Just him on his own, up against the behemoths of mass production. And it was just ace to see how he's forged this wonderful career. So I hope you enjoy this, episode 1 of Made in Britain, the last of the great furniture makers. So the trip to Wensleydale took me through the rugged North Yorkshire moors, where waterfalls were blowing backwards, with rivers the size I'd never seen before in England, and hundreds of my favourite things, ruinous houses.
A modest warmth of a workshop.
Yeah,
so this is where I do like most of like my machining and all the heavier stuff with the bandsaw. This is where, I didn't actually show you, but this was one of the first things that I like introduced into the workshop. You know, I might get some curved work in and stuff like that. I'll use a steam bender to bend the wood. So this is made up, there's a big pipe in there, and you put your wood in, connects like a wallpaper stripper in there, and it steams the wood. It's all insulated, so it gets really, really hot, and then you take it out, and then it's really pliable, and like you can bend all your timber around. And then this is where it really all happens in here. Yeah, my favourite part of the workshop, where I do all my sort of handwork, and that's what, you know, I mostly make all my furniture with by hand. But I actually use like a local supplier for my timber, so if there's any big pieces of timber that need machining, they do all that for me. So it means then I've not got to have like a big massive workshop.
Yeah.
And then I've not got the overheads.
It's cosy, but it's like, it looks like you've got everything you need. And I mean, I've just got to show off that view as well. That is just something else, isn't it?
It's a shame it's not a really sunny day, but if you are having a stressful day or whatever, you can just like glance up and it sort of does put it into perspective a bit. Just here making furniture, don't get too stressed about it. Amazing. It's amazing what you can actually make in here. I've made 3 metre long dining tables in here that have gone down to London, a home office, big home office, and my next job is actually the library, room that's getting kitted out as a library. It's amazing what you can do in like a small space. Yeah, as I say, this is currently what I'm on making at the moment. This is a cherry coffee table. It's flipped upside down at the moment, but it's for a designer she's a London designer. So it's quite cool that it's getting made really rurally, like in the Yorkshire Dales.
Yeah.
And then going down to London, you know, I've carved like my TA trademark in there, and that's the designer's trademark alongside it. And I think it's really important to, you know, sign your pieces, like your stamp of like approval as well as a maker on it. You know, you're happy with it.
Absolutely, and think about 100 years to come when someone,
that's it. It can trace back then. Oh, that was made in the Yorkshire Dales, even though it's down here in London.
Yeah, or further afield. You never know where your stuff might end up.
That's it, and it can all sort of be linked back to myself. I know it's just a small thing, but that would be like when I'm gone, that would be my legacy that goes on, and that's what I want to. I'll tell you what. I'll tell Spot. This is my mate Spot. He's making all these noises with his paws. So, come on, Spot. This way. Lie down. So yeah, my pride and joy has to be this saw. I commissioned it. I've just recently got it from a saw makers in Yorkshire as well. And he's absolutely awesome at making saws. This has like been bespokely made to like fit my hand.
Wow!
Made from beech, and that's from Castle Howard, which is a manor house in Yorkshire as well. He even engraved my trademark into there.
Oh wow!
So for me, it's really important to like invest in real quality tools.
Yeah.
You know, try my best to make their things with the best stuff possible. And this has been handmade. I know where the wood's come from. It's just all really quite important to me. When I've popped my clogs, like this might get passed down to my daughters or whatever, and they can use it. Tools that are going to get used so much in my workshop, regular away for the rest of my life.
I think it's so nice as well, celebrating stuff made in Britain, which you do, and also the tools you're using made in Britain. That's amazing. That's so
really
nice.
To me,
I know. I was just looking at these there.
I was inspired there with like, you know, you get in the Yorkshire Dales, like all them steps, all the like ridges in the
and down onto straight right down here as well on the bottoms. Wow.
You know, your solid wood there, and then you've got your brass, and then veneer, and your veneer's half a mil thick.
Really?
So like trying to flush the brass off without marking or anything. The veneer, a bit of a showcase piece, spinning like some galleries. I was at school. Didn't really know what I was wanting to do. I was working at a mechanics at the time, and there was a plumber there doing like the shower up, and he's like, "Oh, you want to get yourself a trade?" And I was more passionate about like the woodwork at school.
Yeah.
And what am I going to do for a job? Furniture making, it's such a niche. The jobs there, there's not loads going. So when I heard that there was a job going, a possible job, I dropped all my stuff like there, and then pretty much went to the library, did my CV. Got some of my stuff together that I'd made, some dovetails that didn't even fit together.
Really?
Took them, managed to end up getting the job there, which was awesome. Linking back to the dovetail saw, this was heavily used in making this box.
Wow.
And this has been a really special commission, this. I've absolutely loved working on this. This dates back to like 1800s anyway. It's an old polyfoam box, well, a polyfoam mechanism, and I've made the new box. And this is a little drawer which will house all the records. So the records will just sit in there.
That's incredible.
The original box fell to pieces. About 60 years ago, they had a totally new box made. Then that's fallen to pieces.
Okay.
And but they've kept, you know, this is the original mechanism, and there will be some levers that will come out there that you can wind it up, but they'll sit on. Yeah, that's the original graphics. That's from the box. So yeah, that's well over 100 years old, which is quite amazing. It's standing the test of time. It's outlasting like the boxes. Still works spot on. I don't play them because I don't want to break them.
But essentially a record player,
the old school record player. So you know, vinyls are coming in now. Polyphones might be next.
How cool is that as well? That's held like so many different woodworkers sort of touch, and now it's your turn to sort of encase that and keep it living.
Like, the customers, they wanted something that I want to be made, you know, that's going to get passed down and passed down and passed down again. Keep the quality, keep all the nice.
It's stunning, that isn't it?
Stuff.
That's beautiful, that key as well. Wow.
So this all just needs to be sort of sanded up. And just the final touches being made. But all.
The top as well. Wow.
That's some lovely walnut burl on there.
Wow.
What I really enjoy is like bespoke aspect of it. Working with a customer, you know, you're sort of coming up with the ideas together, you know, and it's that journey that you go on with them, and you're really excited to see their reaction as well when they see it.
Oh, absolutely.
Really intricate, but I love that aspect of it as well. Like cutting the dove, you know, as I say, that saw.
Oh wow! Look at that,
the dovetail joints on.
Oh, that's well nice.
They're traditionally how the drawers would be cut. I moved to the Dales. I sort of was struggling to find work here. No one was sort of wanting a furniture maker. I had to find just work as a joiner, and on a night I was making this workshop, making pieces, keeping my hand in furniture making. It was really hard because I knew what I wanted to do eventually, so it was just working nights, weekends, when you're working full time as well.
Yeah.
Putting that time in to try and create something for myself down the line. So I kept on doing it, and then I've eventually got approached to, just through word of mouth, to make a bespoke desk, and it was that. There was like a month's work there. During the time that I was making that desk, I got another great commissioning that was a home office, and that was like another 2-3 months work for me.
Yeah.
And that just sort of tied on, so then I moved on from making the desk straight on to making the home office, which was like a really good, the desk was a really good piece for like my portfolio to showcase like what I could do designing and making. And then the home office was a really cool project, looked really like contemporary. The ball just kept on rolling and keeping that momentum.
Yeah,
really.
Absolutely. So what's going through? Oh, that different wood there. Is that a different wood then?
Yeah, so that's walnut, that is.
Right, yeah.
I just, that's sort of slightly tapered in and sort of slightly chamfered. I love like contrasting wood as well. Gives it like a total different dimension. Just sticking that little bit of walnut in. Well, I've got a few like interesting plates.
Yeah.
This one got commissioned last year now. Again, handmade by a craftsman down south. And then this is a beast. This is like over 100 years old, this.
Wow.
They don't actually make them anymore.
Oh, really?
Quite an interesting story from this. One of my customers, and he was like, let me show you this toolbox that I've got. My grandfather, he was a cabinet maker over in Keighley. And he said this toolbox had sat in this workshop for years and years, not opened, because he moved on or something from that workshop, but left his toolbox there. When he passed, he actually went and got this toolbox, opened it, and there were all these amazing tools, and he gifted me this plane.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
This Spires plane. It needed a little bit of attention to it, re-flatten the sole of it, give it a good sort of sharpen up on the blade, clean the blade up and stuff. Made in Scotland.
Made in Scotland?
Yeah.
Oh, amazing.
Just made from really good solid materials. Rosewood handles, solid brass there. Really good steel on it. I use this now as my main plane.
Right.
It's got some hellish weight to it.
Yeah, I mean, it looks heavy, doesn't it? It looks
just awesome. Like,
yeah.
So well made. Yeah, well over 100 years old now.
Yeah.
And still going strong.
That's amazing.
And I just think, God, you're holding history there. Some bloke would have spent his career, working with that, and what things that's made.
And still making.
Yeah.
And do you know what I mean? How nice is that? I love that.
I'll use that for the rest of my life. Push down into the plane, yeah.
Oh no, that's rubbish.
Go on, do it. Oh, mate.
So this is why he's the furniture maker and I'm the YouTuber.
Since working with these, it's become my new favourite wood as cherry.
Oh, is this cherry, this? Yeah.
This is cherry. Right now, one of my favourite points of making furniture.
Oh, really?
Sort of hard work, sort of come to life. So this is some Osmo oil that I'm putting on. It just starts bringing that grain out on the cherry. Yeah, I'm really happy with that.
And it just looks entirely different, doesn't it? It's suddenly like a different piece than it was.
Yeah, very satisfying. Thing with cherry as well, it ages really nice. The colour just gets like richer and richer as it ages. Again, this is all like sort of the joys of handmade furniture, getting the care and attention.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's it as well when we're talking about stuff like furniture and your kind of the care and attention you put into it and stuff that's going to last forever.
Yeah.
In comparison to the things that kind of cheat. It's the same like fast fashion as well, like fast furniture.
As a fine furniture maker, like running my own business, and there's just me, like I think that's what is a big competition of mine. I mean, to them, I'm no competition.
Yeah.
Because I'm just one man, just making furniture out of my workshop. When when someone comes to me wanting a piece, I design it with them.
Yeah.
And then I see the piece right through from start to finish to delivery.
There's
no one else involved. It's not going off, getting made in China, and being shipped over here. You know. And sort of sustainability wise, I'm doing my best as I possibly can, working with like local suppliers with the timber. The word sustainability is so like heavily used nowadays, and like, you know, sustainability, a piece of furniture could be classed as being sustainable if it's a British firm might be getting some Chinese firm to make the furniture, shipping it over here and then selling it, and it's still all sustainable because it's been made you know, from Chinese timber native to China. It's not really getting made in Britain by craftsmen here that are making the living here.
So what are these here then?
So these are just a small item that I have as like a bit of stock item that I make from like my offcuts of bits of wood from like larger pieces. And I was always thinking, like, you know, what can I make nice with them? And it actually started off with a lad commissioned me to make some for his wedding, for his groomsmen that he was going to hand out, and it sort of all started from there really. So I named them the Lady Hill bottle openers because it's a hill that you can see just in the distance down there. So sort of inspired from the local landscape and from them, mate. So they're easy to use. But lots of people, they don't know what they are. When they, you know, they don't look like your standard bottle opener, but
the finish on them is so nice as well. Wow.
The finished there with like an all natural oil.
That's
the oil made in Yorkshire.
Really?
East Yorkshire,
Cheers, dude.
Cheers. You know, I'm so glad that I put that time in and kept that belief that, you know, it is possible, and just went with my heart and decided to just follow my dream and not be scared. Just go for it. You can always accept, right, you know, it's not worked out, I'll go back and do whatever. You know, when you really put, you know, your mind to it and that passion into what you want to do, people love that passion, and if you're putting that into your product or whatever, you're going to get them results, and it drives you forward all the time because you're like, I'm going to make this work, and the next project I'm going to do it better. And that's a great thing as well with woodwork. You're always like learning. You're learning every single job, and every single job you're like striving to do better than what you did last time. Like learning from last time, and that's what I love as well. No day is the same. You know, that's the joy of being a woodworker. Come across challenges and you've got to overcome them. And that's one thing as well that I've got to get used to as well. When I do come across it, sometimes it is just myself in here all the time. Right, Tom, what are you going to do to overcome this?
No one here to tell you what to do anymore. It's you figuring it out.
That's it. But then when you do and you overcome it, because you always find a way. It's so rewarding. And that's amazing. That's what you get from it, that reward of achievement, and that's what like keeps me sort of buzzing about it, to be fair. Do you want me to go show you Napa Hall that's not far away from here?
It's like a proper little castle turret, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like proper 45.
When was this built then?
Like in the 1400s.
Really?
Like it was once attacked. So there had been like a little mini battle, and this is where Mary Queen of Scots was once imprisoned as well before she got moved on to Castle Bolton. Got a fair bit of history to it, really. Living and working here, it's never take it for granted. Always sort of pinching myself, but it's not for everyone. Like, you know, you've got to like the outdoors. Like the remoteness. But I love it. Absolutely love it.
What an absolutely ace day that was. I'm so buzzing with how that went, and also I am now the proud owner of a Tom Addison Lady Hill bottle opener. So let's crack a beer and celebrate that great first episode. Legend, Tom. Now, if you enjoyed it, feel free to subscribe to my channel, but what I think you absolutely should do is head over to Tom's Instagram. I'll link it all below. Give him a follow. I've been following him for ages on there. In fact, before I'd even thought about this Made in Britain series, he actually watched my videos and he got in touch with me saying, if you ever want to do a video that's a bit different to the death of the high street. So I'm so buzzing that it inspired me to crack on and make that video. So yeah, I'll put his Instagram in the link below. Go over there, show him some love. It's just amazing to see a master craftsman at work. So much fun to watch. Do check him out if you're after some stunning British-made furniture or craftsmanship. Tom is your man up in Wensleydale. And if anyone out there makes something in Britain, do get in touch. I want to hear from you. Let's keep this series going. It's going to be so much fun. Nice one. Bye-bye. Delicious. And it's only Monday.